So, the year's about to end, and I thought, what better time to start something new than now? Hello, my name is Balisa. Welcome to Plants and Things, where I talk about plants and things. So, to start things off, I wanted to talk about the 5 plants that I'm beefing with right now. And off the bat, I do want to say that in 82.56% of the situations, I am directly at fault. But I still want to complain. I still want to complain about these guys and what a tough time I've been having with them. So let's get into it. So first up on my list of plants that I'm beefing with right now is this Syngonium Pink Perfection. So you can't see it properly on this video, but I will insert a close-up. This plant is supposed to be the creme de la creme of pink Syngoniums. So now there are a wide range of pink Syngoniums, and I went through a phase where I was obsessed with pink plants, and especially pink Syngoniums. And I wanted pink plants, pink plants, pink plants. And it was a whole story. And obviously I went and I looked on Instagram, because when I'm into a plant, before I buy it, I go and I stalk it on Instagram and follow it, and I get in there and want to see how the plant looks like when it's mature, so I do quite a bit of research, let's say, but it's really just looking at pretty pictures on Instagram. And so I was like, so this plant is touted as the creme de la creme, the height of the pinkest Syngonium you'll get. It's supposed to be all pink. And I found people who pre-ordered this from Thailand, I'm sure. Who ordered it from Thailand. And so I went and I, ordered this plant. And it was obviously pricier than other plants. And I had high expectations and hopes for this plant. And I've had it for maybe 5 months now. And all it does is grow the same size leaves. And it's definitely not the dream that I was sold by me and also by the internet. And so I'm honestly disappointed. But obviously, saying that, I understand that there's immature forms and mature forms, and that the plant could become mature at some point. And so one hopes for that day. But until then, this plant and I are beefing because, yeah. And also to add to the fact that before I got this plant, during my crazy pink Syngonium phase, I got this plant, this neon. It's called Syngonium Neon. And it has these beautiful pink leaves. But I said to myself, I was like, this is not pink enough. I wanted something more. And honestly, at this point, these 2 plants have the same pinkness. And so, yeah, I'm like, are you the height of pink perfection, pink Syngonium? So yes, that is my beef with that plant. And I don't think I'm the problem here. Now, the next plant on my list is 100% on me. No, it's 100% on me. This plant, it's a Pothos Enjoy, was thriving. It was thriving. It was having a good time. It was long, beautiful. Again, I'll insert a picture. It was doing very well. And I got it into my head, as I do when my plants are thriving and having a good time, then I should just cut it up. So I cut. It used to be full. Cut. Decided to cut some more. Saw something somebody else did. Blah blah. Just cut it. Just cut it. Just cut it. And then tried to put it back. And I don't know why I didn't just cut the strands and leave it at that. I think I also wanted to put in a bigger, because it was so packed in here. So I wanted to put in a bigger, in a bigger planter. And it just honestly did not work out. this is a cautionary tale for everyone who sees a plant that's thriving and is like, "Ooh, I can make that better." You can't. Just leave it alone. Just let it thrive. Just let it thrive. As they just let it thrive. Just let it go. So anyway, now I had to I'm trying to regrow it, and some of the situations are having it and some are not. So yes, we're beefing, but its beef with me is completely understandable and reasonable. I did do this plant dirty, and yeah. That's that on that. Third on the list is the snake plant. And yes, it's in water because it started as a water propagation, and I kind of like how it looks now in the water. It's with another plant. But this beef, basically, the best way to explain this beef is like when you dislike someone and you have all these reasons for why this person is dislikable. And then they walk into a room one day and breathe, and you're like, not this again. You're just like, ugh. And you realize in that moment that you're the problem, that your heart needs work. That's exactly what this beef is like. Because I generally do not like succulents. Like anyone who knows me knows I don't like succulents. And the reason for that is I don't like how slow they grow. I want to be seeing a plant pop up every week, and they grow so slow. And so, yet despite this knowledge that I do not like snake plants, I went out and bought a snake plant for somebody else, and then took a cutting because I love propagating. So I took a cutting and tried to propagate it in peak winter. I did this, and obviously propagating plants in winter is not the best idea because generally they don't grow really quickly, so the propagation will take long to it will take longer to propagate in winter than in summer or spring. But I did that. And so when this plant then, as succulents do but also as plants do in winter, took long to root and to grow, I was like, you're kidding me. You're freaking kidding me. You are kidding me. So basically, my beef with the plant was because God made it this particular way and then it acted that particular way. And I'm like, I'm the problem. So yes, the beef with this plant is 100% on me. And I will admit that. And ever since it did root though and grow this baby, I honestly have been liking it. So perhaps this beef has ended. Next on my list is a former favorite who also went through a propagation mishap. And by now, you should be able to tell that the villain is the propagator. But basically, what happened with this plant is it was growing really well. And it had the big leaves, the strands, but then there were leaves missing. So it was a bit sparse in some of the trails. So I decided to cut it and propagate it so I could make a fuller, more luscious plant. And it did not end in the way I planned. It did not. What happened was all the little propagations that I tried, but it probably three left. So most of them died, and most of them died. And now the plant also has three vines, and I think it started with way more vines than this, so it didn't end well. And again, it was my fault again. So I want to say I've learned lessons about not propagating plants, but that also would be a lie, and I do not want to lie. Last on my list is this Filodendron Gloriosum. Yeah, it's kind of very watered. So I was very excited to get this plant because, as I told you before, as I got into the plant and saw the plant, I had stalked it on Instagram and looked at the leaves, and the leaves are so big, so beautiful. But then when I was buying the plant, I decided to buy the smaller one because it was half the price of the bigger one. And it's been testing my patience since then. Yes. My patience is being tested. So this is how big the plant is. This was the biggest leaf. yeah, this was the biggest leaf when I bought it. And then, okay, fine. Then it brought out this leaf, and I was so excited, and it was like, it looked really nice, but then this happened, and I don't know why. I refuse to take responsibility for that. So that happened, and then then the newest one looks so sickly and just a hot mess, and I I just have no words. I mean, I did just use a lot of words, but I'm just like, yeah. So it's been disappointing, but a new leaf is coming in, and I'm hoping that this is what is gonna elevate the relationship, and move this plant from beefing. But yeah, right now the beef is still 100% going on, because what does this plant want, and why is it doing this? And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for stopping by. Let me know in the comments whether there are any plants that you're beefing with right now. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.